Assalamualaikum. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the land of the two holy mosques, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. I am Edmar E. Warain, reporting. Saudi Arabia's education system has gone through an astonishing transformation. But before that, let's take a look on the key dates of the history of Saudi Arabia. Settled for roughly 15,000 years and born of Prophet Muhammad in 570 CE. In 7th century, the development of Islam. And in 1938, the discovery of oil, their main product at present. And the foundation of the modern state in early 20th century. In 18th century, religious cleric calls for return to original Islam, since Saudi Arabia is the cradle of Islam. Al Saud power influence grows and its dynasty rules the area for much of 20th century. Later King Saud reclaims Riyadh and it begins to reunite regions. The primary education formally begins in 1930s. However, at this time, education was available to very few people, mostly children from the wealthy family, which is quite related to the history of education in the Philippines during Spanish period. And in 1932, establishment of Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. King Abdul Aziz in 1951 has set up and publicly funded secondary school systems. And the Ministry of Education was founded in 1954. This governed the basic education system in the Saudi Arabia. And in 1960, public schooling for girls begins, and at present, Islamic teachings, ideals have always been inseparable from all public education, since this is a Muslim country. In terms of culture, the customs and tradition in Saudi Arabia are based on the tenets mentioned in the Quran. This has great influence in the curriculum of education system. Some of the social behavior of Saudis, their belief of superiority of men over women, and based on the teaching of Quran. Geographically speaking, Saudi has harsh, dry desert with great temperature extremes climate. It is located in the Middle East, bordering the Persian Gulf and the Red Sea north of Yemen, and a total land area of 2,149,690 square kilometers, quite bigger compared to Philippines. And it is the largest Arab state in Western Asia. As you can see, Saudi Arabia is bigger than the Philippines in terms of geographical location. It is also less populated with a monarchy type of government, and majority of Saudis are Muslim, and Arabic is their language. In terms of educational structure, the difference among the countries are in elementary education, in junior high school, and senior high school. In elementary education in Saudi, kindergarten is optional. In the Philippines, it is mandatory. And in junior high school, 3 years. In senior high school, 3 years. However, in the Philippines, 4 years and 2 years. So this differs the curriculum offered. Moreover, in administrative structure, both almost the same, having 3 agencies that govern the different levels of education. Also, both countries begins in September and it will end in June. The medium of instruction in elementary, secondary, Arabic. However, in higher education institution, Arabic and English for Saudi Arabia. And in the Philippines, the addition of mother tongue in lower grades as a medium of instruction. Also, it became subject. In terms of literacy rate, according to the World Bank data, Philippines have high literacy rate compared to Saudi Arabia. However, in national budget for education, Saudi Arabia is way too far compared to the Philippines in terms of budget allocation. Education for girls. Women's role in education in this conservative society, Saudi Arabia, instead of serving as a tool It serves as a tool for social change. This serves as a force for conservation. In Saudi Arabia, women in basic education must take home economic subject in preparation of being a good wife. And also in higher education, nursing and teaching are highly recommended. And they are also discouraged to take engineering, marine, and other subjects. Women also are deprived in driving skills. While in the Philippines, we advocate gender equality. Men is not superior to women. They are both equal. In Saudi Arabia, the aim of education is to ensure students prepared for life and work while meeting the country's religious, social, and economic needs. The same through as the Philippines, as they partnered Saudi Arabia as Muslim country to the Madrasa School in the Philippines. In 2004, the accreditation of DepEd. This gives the financial assistance to accredited schools in terms of improvement of physical structures, training of teachers, and establishment of Commission on Muslim Affairs that gives the path or the guide the learners, the students. And also the Mindanao State University. This is the only university that offers complete Muslim education. And also the recognition of Muslim holidays and the Autonomous Region for Muslim Mindanao or ARMM. So this is very good reforms in the Philippine Madrasa School. In terms of Speed Test Global Index or the high internet connectivity, Saudi Arabia has fast internet connectivity compared to the Philippines. That is why their learning modality at present, and due to the presence of COVID, is on majority online class. However, in the Philippines, majority modular. Do we have different modalities but majority modular? In terms of teacher to student ratio, it is one of the lowest ratio of teacher to student among countries compared to the Philippines. And of course, the salary. So Saudi Arabia offers higher salary compared to the Philippines. In terms of international performance, the average achievement of Philippines is significantly higher than Saudi Arabia in TIMSS 2003. In 2015, Saudi Arabia in mathematics and science, grade 4 and grade 8, lower average achievement. The PISA result 2018 revealed that Saudi Arabia performs better in reading, mathematics, science compared to Philippines. In 2005, Saudi Arabia eventually launched what is known as one of the largest scholarship programs ever initiated by the government, the massive multi-billion-dollar King Abdullah Scholarship Program. This serves as an avenue of Saudis to not really rely on petroleum as their product, but also to develop their human resource. And this is the number of international students in the US, which is quite overwhelming compared to the 3,006 of the Philippines. Also, Saudi Arabia launched Vision 2030. It is a bold yet achievable blueprint for an ambitious nation. In terms of vibrant society, Saudi Arabia envisioned where everyone enjoys a rich, happy, and fulfilling life as a strong foundation for economic prosperity. Also, a thriving economy that creates environment which unlock business opportunities, broadens economic base, and create jobs for all Saudis. And an ambitious nation, creating a high-performing government that is effective, transparent, and accountable. And this calls for major educational reforms in order to improve educational standards by offering training programs for teachers, improving standards for student evaluation, and increasing the use of educational technology. For the educational practices, more emphasis on Islam. It is also a centralized educational system and a separate of education for men and women and a state financial support. In terms of best practices, they have the KASP and adult education and eradication of illiteracy, including the education for girls and the education in early childhood, education from birth up to enrollment to primary education, and the statutory education literacy programs, which includes the study in literacy centers for a period of 3 years, evening initiative schools, and evening secondary schools. Also, the non-statutory education literacy programs, which refers to all educational activities conducted outside formal education system. So as you can see, Saudi Arabia is really an advocate of education for all at present. In conclusion, in terms of educational structure, Saudi Arabia, including Philippines, globally competitive already. And in terms of curriculum, because of their it is traditional due to the strong influence of culture and history. And the literacy rate needs improvement in terms of international performance. And of course, the Vision 2030 is a great move for major educational reforms. And that would be all. Once again, good morning, everyone.